Hey, what's up, guys? Midwest Dad Squad back at you again. Sorry for missing last week. We decided to take the holiday off, so Eric says otherwise. But no,
No, yeah, I didn't
we
take
are
the holiday off.
we are down one co-host tonight. I had to take care of some. I
We
think it
are?
was some work issues. Yep,
What co-host are we down?
down Drew. But I have my other co-host here from Kimball, South Dakota. Guys, give it up for Eric Cole.
Woo! Yo, what's up, everyone? Davey,
Who's
guess what I got?
What'd you get?
I got this new bottle. So it's like the Big Crave, Bourbon Town, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It is a barrel pick from Will Liquors. I got it Saturday. I just cracked it. It is actually. I think you could do this one. It's only 65.55% alcohol.
This one was store picks too.
So we're kind of flying blind here tonight. Like we're down Drew. Like feel sorry for him. I guess he didn't take out the trash, so now he's grounded from electronics for a week. That's funny.
No, he did not forget to pay the electric bill. That's only Eric.
Yes. All right. So, like I said, we're flying blind tonight. We really don't have an agenda tonight. We're down Drew. Drew, I don't know. I wish you could watch this because we need you.
You.
We need you. Oh, man, so much.
We don't know what to do without you, man.
I know. Like maybe we should just dedicate the whole podcast to like dissing Drew. Like Drew's not here, so let's talk behind his back because that's what people do nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, technically, God, I don't even have him on the and tag him into to be an admin on the group or on the page. So I would say, but he still follows it. So
yeah, that's crazy.
I need to do that. I've been so bad with this.
I got a big glass of water this time.
I prefer the smaller one. Let's work class here.
Yes. Oh man.
Well, Eric, I mean, what are we gonna kind of roll with tonight? What do you got?
No, like, I mean, we're kind of going through a change with the podcast of like branching out. I don't know. Maybe we talk a little bit about that of what our future holds for Midwest Dad Squad. I don't know, man. We can talk about a lot of stuff. We talk about how bourbon is, how good your water is. The weather is like nice. It's still getting rainy, but like summer activities we could talk about. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff. I mean, I don't know if you really just want to ramble on for a whole 60 minutes. But yeah.
I mean, we can see where it goes. Just kind of, start with one thing, kind of leading into the next thing. So
it'd be like a normal podcast then.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be kind of boring, right?
Well,
is that what a normal podcast is?
I know. I'm just waiting for Drew to chime in. Like he's not here. So I'm so sad.
We have a total of 0 watchers on right now. Come on, guys. We need at least one. Just one. That's all I'm asking.
Drew, please sneak your phone into the bathroom. Oh man.
Oh. Well, Eric, I'll let you kind of lead in with what you want to start up first, and then I'll try to think of something else that we can talk about.
Yeah.
Maybe talk about like what changes we're trying to make with the whole podcast, and then we'll kind of go into the next thing.
You know what? Let's fire off with summer activities. Like what school's out finally. We don't have to wake up at the crack of dawn to get the kids ready. So it's kind of nice to sleep in a little bit. There's a lot of summer camps going on for these kids and everything. Like I got my kid signed up for orchestra camp. That was like my way to get back at her. She plays the cello if nobody knew. Nobody's watching, so nobody knows. So yeah, what's that?
For after when it's done.
Yes, we have more people watch this after it's recorded than we do live. I wonder if yeah. So anyways, next week I want to do something cool. I want to do a giveaway next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of Shoe Stop gift card or something like that?
No, I'm thinking something else. We're talking about summer activities, and these Canaries, these Sioux Falls Canaries are really, really doing pretty good this summer. Of course, now they're probably I jinxed them, but
Knock on wood. Come on.
yeah, I've been to a couple of games so far, and they've won both games that I've been to. So that's really, really cool. That's one summer activity that we like going to is the Canaries. But like I said, it's a normal podcast. We're going to be jumping around and everything, talking about stuff. But orchestra camp, like I'm really excited. Like I'm kind of building my kid. You know, obviously everybody knows I'm a single dad. So everything I do is just like by the seat of my pants. Like I just decide to do something. I run it by my kiddo, and whether she says yes, it's a little bit iffy if we do it. But if she says no, like gonna force her into it because it's this kid's super, super talented, a lot of hidden talent, unlike her father. But yeah, orchestra camp this summer. We got a vacation planned. We're going to Canada, which that is going to be really cool in July. What other activities do we got planned? I mean, it's just normal day-to-day stuff, like 6 weeks. So starting tomorrow until we leave for Canada, that this orchestra camp is like it's all 3 days a week kind of a stuff. So like other than work, which is boring for me, that's kind of like what we're doing. Like I want to know what other dads are doing, their other families are doing for their kids during the summer. So it's like after I get back from vacation, it's like, what do we do? Like you got the zoo, you got Thunder Road, you got Wild Water West, the Canaries, Sioux Falls Storm has games. Like there are so many activities, like camping. I don't know. Do you like camping, David?
Oh yeah, we used to go camping all the time when I was little. We had a fifth wheel camper, and God, I miss it so much. But I can't afford a freaking camper or a truck to haul the damn
Yeah, but
thing
check
now.
this out. You go to Palisade State Park or whatever, and then you go to Lake Vermilion. Like they have these little cabins you can rent out for
Right,
$55 a night. And then you got like 3 beds in there, you got an air conditioner. You don't have a TV because I don't know the last time I packed a TV when I went camping. But at the same time, like you got this little deck, you got a fire pit, you got the water. I think we put something together, like get a couple
yeah,
cabins. I think that would be really cool. Obviously, over the 4th of July, everything fills up fast. But sometime in, I don't know, early August, late July kind of a thing, I'm always down for roasting marshmallows and making s'mores, hot dogs on a stick. Like
absolutely.
I could teach you a few things.
Yeah, I know. I do miss camping, man. Like I said, that was like one of like the funnest things to do when I was a kid. So if we weren't camping, we were at the races, and then that's before I got so busy with sports, and then we just kind of fell. You know, the joy of it kind of went towards my sporting events, so that kind of fell through for a while, and it just got really expensive.
You know what the number one coolest thing about this nice weather is?
What? You get a suntan?
The what?
You get a suntan?
No, like my face tans and like my farmer's tan ish. My legs don't tan. My body, like it's so weird. Like
That looks
look like
red to me, brother.
yeah. But no, like if you're huge into like budget saving, there's so many free activities in Sioux Falls. But they have all those concerts down at the Levitt.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. But my number one favorite thing about super, super nice weather, it's food truck season, baby. It is food truck season. I love food and I love food trucks. I mean, don't you? Like, heck
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do miss like that's what I do miss kind of working for the parks over there at Terrace Park because they had a couple food trucks over there. They had a Burke's Barbecue. I never got to try that one, but they had Pa and Sons, and he went to Burnside one day for lunch. They had doing some like softball or kickball fundraiser. I think it's for the Special Olympics or no, not for Special Olympics. I think it was like for like their own like realty party that they held, and they just
Oh,
decided to
yeah.
do like a kickball thing. But they
Heck
just so
yeah.
happened to be close to my work, so then I was like, well, yeah,
Why
I'm
would,
gonna
why
go.
would you not take advantage of a food truck? I mean, I don't know
Yeah,
how you can take advantage of it other than like go support a local business and get like, I feel food that comes out of a food truck is like obviously the food you get at your house is more home cooked unless you're ordering pizza kind of a thing, but like making it from scratch, but then putting it into a truck and making it from scratch and serving it,
Mhm.
like it is amazing. Like, and then you
Shout out
obviously, oh, go ahead.
shout out to Pa and Sons too. Sorry about that. I should have said that right away, but it was
Yeah,
really
like
good.
absolutely. You catch them on the street corner. Yeah, you better stop in and get yourself a. I've never ate there. What do they have that's good, David? What did you like?
I really liked that. So they had a really nice juicy burger. It was, I mean, I think you paid about $11, but you got fries. The fries had like a little bit of Cajun seasoning to them, so it just,
Yes.
it was really good. They came with a nice ranch that tasted really good with the fries, and then the burger itself was just nice and juicy. So, guys, if you are looking for a food truck, I'm not sure if you follow them on Facebook, they should say like where they're located. They go to a lot of like events that are going on in the weekends. But if you get a chance to go and check them out, they're
I
pretty
bet
good.
you I bet you could drive downtown or within like a 1 mile radius of downtown on the weekend, Friday night, and you can find a food truck. I wish there was a Facebook page dedicated to every food truck in Sioux Falls. Like, yeah, they just put their menu out there, they put their locations Monday through Sunday, and it's just like it helps build their business. And it's
Yep.
like, yes,
And if you follow them too, like you know exactly
yeah,
where they are every single day.
exactly. You ever ate at that SDSU ice cream truck?
I have not, but I went to SDSU,
Oh,
so I had their ice cream all the time.
but this, oh my God, it's like the best thing ever. Like SDSU ice cream is amazing, absolutely amazing. And then you put it into a truck and you have an ice cream truck. Oh, baby, it's so good.
It's so
I love ice
good.
cream. Yeah, I love ice cream.
Ice
What do you
cream
got
is
planned
pretty
for the
good.
summer, Davey?
Well, I'm trying to keep up with the lawn. With the amount of rain that we've been getting, my goodness, this is the most I've mowed in like I can't remember in how long.
It
Just
is. Oh
we
man,
lived in an apartment before, so we didn't have to worry about it. But I kind of do like being able to do my own lawn because I feel like I do a better job half the time, and I'm on time with it. So you live in an apartment or something, they don't always get to it right away. So
well, and it's more, and that's like, I got a coworker that does lawn care on the side, and we're like talking about it. He wants to come on the podcast. He wants to do like lawn care stuff. I was like, you know what, that'd be cool. He's like, the first step to having a good lawn, and then he's like, having a good mower. And I said, absolutely not. The
no,
first step, no, the first step to a good lawn is having New Balance white shoes. That's the first step. Like with the grass stains on it, and the hoochie daddy shorts.
yep,
Yes.
some jean shorts.
That's the first step to having a good lawn.
So yeah, I mean that's step one. Just trying to take care of the lawn. Did purchase a weed whacker now, Eric, so don't have to borrow yours anymore, and
Yeah.
a blower. It came with a blower too, so that's really nice.
What'd you get? I gotta
It's
get a
just
blower.
the same as our lawnmower. So it's battery powered, but it works really well.
Yes.
Only thing that sucks about it, it's self feeding, so it runs out of string very very quick. So it might have to replace
What
the
do you mean
string
it's
here.
self-feeding? Like, don't you gotta
Like
tap it down on the ground?
once you no, so once you hit the string, once it gets to a certain point, it'll automatically feed out more string.
No kidding. That's pretty
Yep,
cool.
yep. That's what's. I mean, I really do enjoy it. It works really well. That blower is pretty intense. Like for an electric, like battery powered, like weed whacker or a
Yeah.
blower, you wouldn't think that. Oh, these aren't that strong. You'll never get the job done. I'm honestly, I never thought I'd ever say it, but I think electric is the only way I'll go with a mower and weed whacker now, just because it works really well.
Hey, amen, brother. Hey, I'm telling you, it's to put a battery or two batteries in your lawnmower and
So
just hit the
easy.
on button and go.
Yep.
Or would you rather put oil in? You got to put the gas in. You got to prime it. You got to pull it. It doesn't work. It's got to pull it. Then you got to stop. You got to drink a beer. Then you got to pull it. You got to pull it again. Then you got to drink another beer. And it's like, man, this really sucks.
Well, just
And
paying for the gas itself for the mower, like,
I know.
it's just it's insane. Like you have to have a gas can. I mean, $20, whatever. That gets you a gas can, but maybe not even. You might need a bigger gas can. I mean, that's just a little dinky small one
Yeah,
anymore.
absolutely. Yeah. Then you run out of gas. You got to go to the gas station. Yeah, no, absolutely not. You're already charging your leaf blower, you're already charging your weed whacker, unless it's all gas and whatever. But same battery goes to all the stuff, doesn't it?
Yep, yep. And that's what I made sure that I bought the same size battery for the weed
Yeah,
whacker
look at
that
you
it had
using
with
that
the.
head of yours.
Yeah, I know. New
Ah,
haircut, new mind.
yeah, that's awesome. No, it's just it's one of those things. It's so relaxing. It's like therapeutic. You
Yeah.
put in some AirPods, some headphones, whatever, and you
Yep.
just go mow. But it's like,
Unless a rabbit's scaring the shit out of me, like it's happened all the time. There's be a
oh,
rabbit just hiding in the tall grass or like in the rhubarb, what's left of it, and I'll be weed whack around there, it just springs out, and I'm just like, jeez.
love it. Yeah,
Like you don't expect it to be there. It's
no,
just
you don't. That's so
I don't
cool.
want to hurt it either, you know. So
Oh man, like my backyard is nobody goes back there. I tore down a swing set. I had a couple trees fall, and it's like really jungly-ish. Like you could probably do a survival show back there. That's how bad it is. But I got a guy coming to take a couple trees down. Oh, I got my nephew. He's gonna come. We're gonna like go all out. We're gonna scalp it. Like I'm not kidding you. I bet my weeds back there are 3 foot tall. Like I gave up on all that rain we've had. Haven't mowed it. It's just so I got to go rent one of those big high weed mower things, and like the Troy Built commercial, like this thing goes through everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
you need
So
that guy from SB Mowing. You ever watch that guy that just
no.
goes and finds those vacant lots that haven't been touched in like years, and
Oh yeah.
he'll just go and clean them up, for nothing.
Yeah. Then he's got like people next door like come and yell at him like, yeah, I'm trying to sleep. I got a headache. Like what? Come on.
Oh, all the videos I've seen, like the neighbors are like, people driving by, like this place hasn't been touched in years. Like
Yep.
it'll look amazing once it's been done, And this guy, he does it for people that are in the nursing home that either passed away or they're in the nursing home and they don't take care of their lawns anymore.
Some of
He's
that
like, I will not touch a lawn unless the grass is over the curb. Like I won't work on it
I
unless it's
don't
bad.
get that. Like here in Sioux Falls, like if you don't mow your grass, like I'm surprised the neighbors haven't called me in my backyard. Like it's
Hmm.
like that tall. But at the same time, it's like if my grass or my neighbor's grass was that tall, like I would probably call. Like who knows what's living in there? I'm deathly afraid of snakes, so I'd hate to have
Yeah.
a snake pop out. Like it looks more presentable when you're driving through. So maybe that's why it's my backyard. Nobody sees it. But yeah, it's like I don't understand. So that's why I think some of these videos are like set up. Like, don't
Yeah.
you think city ordinance would be like, hey, you got to mow your lawn? Like, because here in Sioux Falls, if you don't, city gives you one warning, give you another warning, then they just hire somebody to do it and charge you
And
the
then they
bill.
send you a bill.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's one of those things. I don't get it. I enjoy mowing lawns.
I do too. It's just, it's something I've always enjoyed. And, weed whacking, just see like from what it looked like before and just like
Yeah,
making it look
absolutely.
nice. When you drive by somebody's yard, I've worked with True Green. I was a salesman. I was a lawn specialist. I like to keep a good, a nice yard. And like my thing is that when you drive by somebody's property, they have a nice house and their yard just looks like crap. It's just like, it doesn't complete the whole look of the house. I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe, and
Oh,
that's just my opinion. Other people probably don't care, but when you've been in the lawn industry, not saying that I've been in it for a long time, but I've been around enough of it to understand what a good lawn looks like.
it don't take much to be honest with you. Just throwing some grass seed, some fertilizer down
Hmm.
is really all you need. I've done that a couple spots in my lawn, and it's it looks a whole lot different. Like the salt from the snow, kind of a little spot took care of it, and then I just threw some seed on, and season later, it's like boom, I got a lawn.
Absolutely. Well, I should probably explain what else I'm be doing besides the lawn this summer.
Oh no, that's
So,
a
for some of you, you don't know if you haven't watched our episode before, but I will be having a knee surgery, so that's part of the reason why I've been trying to push to get a lot of this stuff done, just so I can, not have my wife have to do it, just because I'm sure she's not going to want to look forward to doing that because she herself also had a knee surgery about 3 months ago. So,
I
I
think
mean,
if you
she's
buy the beer, I'll come mow your lawn.
okay. That's
A
fair.
six pack. I just
You can use all of my stuff. You don't even need to bring your stuff over.
I'll bring my stuff. Like, and that's the thing. It's like it's not even that bad. Like, I get it. I've had knee surgery myself. It's one of those things that it happens, and I think it's one of those things that your neighbors have to be taking care of neighbors, or else like
Yeah.
it was on the radio. Like, this is you. Like, everybody needs a good neighbor. Like, and that's like a dad. I mean, that's kind of the whole gist behind the podcast is our guest speakers are dads that each have their own individual profession. So when somebody watches this and we have somebody that's who do we have? John's a plumber.
Yep.
We got our co-host Drew that is a carpenter.
A carpenter or framer or something like that.
Yeah. So it's like if you have I sell cars, it's like and then we're next week we're shooting to have a guy that does gym stuff. So if you have problems or you struggle in these areas, it's like dads unite. We're like it's our own little squad. That's why it's called Dad Squad. But yeah, you shoot us a message. We'll get you in contact with that host, or not the host, but that visitor, that guest speaker, and then you just ask them questions. Like that's the whole. Like I guess when we started the podcast, that's what I thought it was going to be. I don't know. Maybe it was something different. Maybe we were going to follow the Kelsey brothers and do exactly what they do.
If only we had the money. But yeah,
good looks.
Yeah. To go on, what's the most, so, having that knee surgery, we are planning a week-long vacation in Kansas City. My wife and her, family, they're Hispanic. They really like soccer, which I do enjoy the sport as well. Not because they're Hispanic, that not trying to throw any, make any assumptions here. I do enjoy the sports too myself. But we actually get the privilege to go to Arrowhead Stadium to watch the World Soccer game between USA and Uruguay. I think it's a tournament qualifier or national qualifier for the World Cup to get towards the World Cup. So that'll be interesting to see and pretty awesome experience to go to. So we'll be there for about a week. And then we'll be going to like Worlds of Fun, all the water parks. Haven't really decided what else we're going to be doing yet. I told her we should probably go to the zoo, check out the animals there. I think they have a zoo there, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The Kansas City Zoo?
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet to go
Heck
to.
Yeah.
Check out a couple other things. And I do like Kansas City. I've been there, oh boy, I don't know, like 5-6 times. And I just I love it.
Do you count the time that we drove through it?
I think that was like 7 or so. No, I don't know, just sightseeing, I don't always like to do that. I don't know if my wife's watching, she's probably like, "You're full of shit. You don't like to sightsee." I'm like, when we're going to the cities, I never think about, oh, let's stop at the candy store or anything like that. But I'm trying to be more like that. Like, hey, let's go check this out. Just for the little one, he's getting to that age. He wants to check out everything. Tonight, we took him to the new Splash Park here in Sioux Falls, and the water worked for about 10 minutes, and then it didn't work anymore, which was depressing. So my kid burnt his cheeks for pretty much nothing. But once he got wet, he was starting to get used to it. And then, of course, water doesn't work anymore. So
yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah. So
that's exactly how it goes.
It's fun seeing that. Like, he's just experiencing new things all the time. He experienced chocolate milk the other night, and I swear to
how was that?
I swear to God, he was drunk. We went to the attic, and he's like, "Yeah, da," just yelling at the top of his lungs.
It's got to be the sugar and the caffeine that's in the chocolate milk.
Oh.
Like, dude, I bet the kid was like, "Oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever!" Like
he's like, "Is this like what it's like to be high?"
Yeah, it's one of those things he's not used to. So he's just like, "Holy cow!" Like, this is it's so amazing to watch your kids grow up, whether it be your daughter, your son, someone else's kids, nieces, nephews, just watching them. Like, we had a birthday party at the theater, and my sister brings her baby, which it's her only, like, she's got a step kid, but then this is her only kid. So my nephew is holding this, I don't know, like 2-month-old baby. And there's this huge, huge screen, and her eyes are like, Like, yeah, she hears the sounds, and I don't know, can they focus their eyes? I don't know, but there's just like so much going on, and just same thing with your son, like
Yeah,
getting to experience something other than water, regular milk, or juice or
yeah.
whatever. It's mind boggling to him.
Yeah, like so we bought him this toy car. It has like a handle on the end, and you strap him into the car. There's a steering wheel in the front. I'm sure you've probably seen him before, but he loves, like, absolutely, if he goes outside and the garage door is open, for a fact he's going straight towards that car because he wants to go on a walk. Like, that's exactly how he is right now.
So he
And so
just
we've
sits
been
on, and you got to push him or what?
Yep, so I'll put him in there,
Nice.
I'll kinda strap him in there so he can't get out, but then he holds his Elmo, and then I put, like, a hat on him today like I did, and
Heck
put
yeah.
sunglasses on, which he doesn't keep on, and I just sit there and push him, and he is the happiest baby ever. Like, he loves going on those walks and just kinda doing one of these and just looking at everything that's going on outside. The kid wants to be outside, and I love it. I hate it because he's so white skin, like he's gonna get
Yeah,
burnt to hell. I
you
hope
just got to
eventually
lather him up.
he can get tan, but
You just got to
yeah,
lather him up or put on like light, long clothes, like not so he's sweating, but like,
yeah.
but
We we
yeah.
we we put him in a long sleeve. Like, he has like those swimsuits for little kids, like the long sleeves that a lot of
Oh,
people are buying
absolutely.
now. So he had a Spider-Man one. It's a little bit big on him yet, but God, the kid's
It's all
growing
good.
so much.
Has he actually, like, does he like bath time where like maybe you
Oh,
take him to the kids pool and he's just going to be splashing around and like down
that's
at
what
Drake Springs?
yeah. That's what I did. I just like, at first he was kinda like walking everywhere around the water, so eventually I just kinda had to grab him and just, like, put him in the water to have him experience that, and he
Yeah.
liked it, but then there was a giant, like, a bowl that tipped over when it filled up, kinda like Wild Water West, like, people stand underneath, and then once it gets full, it dumps on you.
Yep.
He got drilled by one of those, and he got instantly knocked to the ground, started crying, but then after that, he kept going back there. It's like, maybe I wanna do this again."
It's not bad.
I was just worried because he's gotta have tubes put in, so, like, I was like, "Maybe we can do this after you have that done, because I don't want him to have another ear infection."
Yeah.
Get that all that water in there, and especially there's chlorine in there, that can't be good.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but
I'm
chlorine's got to
not
kill
either.
something.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, how many kids pee in the pool and the other kids drink it? Like the chlorine does something.
You know
I
they
love
put a
how you,
chemical in the water that turns urine blue. No, no, that's not true. Oh my god, you're embarrassing me.
yes. Oh, that's good. Hey, when you go on these vacations, like when you plan these trips, I don't know how often you plan them. Do you guys plan like an agenda? Like, oh shoot, we're gonna drive to Omaha. We're gonna go to this store, that store, or do you just like drive and you just go by the seat of your pants? It's just like we're just gonna shoot it day by day.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, yeah, like, typically, like, if we're driving places, like, we've traveled a lot for my softball tournaments and stuff, but now, I mean, I think it's just kinda just go with the flow type deal. If we drive by somewhere and if we see something that looks kinda interesting, like, "Hey, maybe we should check that out," if we got the time. If we're kinda in a time crunch, maybe check that place out on the way back or something like that, but, it all depends on, like, if we got somewhere that we have to be, which we shouldn't be behind schedule because we're gonna leave a day ahead of time anyways, because I think that soccer game is on July 2nd, I believe, so,
Oh, okay.
um yeah, so the 4th of July, I won't be around, sorry.
Okay. I'll do my own thing.
Sorry. But yeah, I think it's just gonna be fly by the seat of your pants kinda deal, unless very rarely we have something, like, figured out, like, we'll get somewhere, like, if we go to Omaha or something, and be like, "Hey, should we go to the outlet malls?" It's like when we're there, then we decide, but we don't have it, like, planned out before.
Gotcha. The only reason why I ask is because like I don't know, I got this, we're flying, obviously, we're not driving to Canada, but at the same time, I got this happen. Well, I think we're down to like 41 days. I
Mhm.
got to go get my passport renewed, which not a big deal, but like I'm telling Lucy, like, hey, we need to plan, like, yeah, we're going to be hanging out at Uncle and Auntie's house, but at the same time, like, we need to plan, like, if they're middle of the week and they're working, like, what are we going to do? We're not going to sit at their house and sleep in. Like, we're going to go venture out. We're gonna have sushi,
Oh
even though
yeah.
Dad hates sushi. We're gonna venture out. We're gonna experience Canada like
Oh, for sure.
the coolest. So it's asking her like what she wants to do when she wants to go see, kind of a thing, and she's just like, I'm gonna go there and sleep. Like, what? No, this is gonna be
No.
well, it's 5 days. So like we fly on this day, we do our, we just kind of chill. And then the week we do our thing. We got like my brother's got a couple of things planned for us, but at the same time, like we need to plan our own thing too, So
Yeah. I mean, when are you guys going?
July
Like
14th.
July? July
Yeah.
14th. Okay. So I mean, obviously there's got to be some water parks that you can go to and
Oh,
check out.
there's a water park that like I don't know why I'm pointing like back here, back there,
There's
but
one right back here.
yeah. No, there's a water park that makes Wild Water West, according to Google Pictures, it makes Wild Water West look like a kiddie park.
It kind of is when you compare them to all those bigger parks like Mount
Well, I mean,
Olympus and
but
Wisconsin Dells.
but if you're sheltered and you don't go out of Sioux Falls, Wild Water
Right.
West is pretty awesome. You got the go-karts, the paintball, all of that fun stuff.
Yeah. No,
I
I
don't know,
understand.
like the paintball thing, like I don't understand that. Like you're going to the pool, like I'm not going to be wearing baggy clothes to the pool so I can go paintball. I'm wearing swim
Right.
shorts and a tank top, like I'm dressed to the pool. I'm not dressed to play paintball.
Well, I don't think I've ever paintballed going to Wild Water West. I'm either going there to swim, play mini golf, and then go back to swimming, or something like
Yeah,
or go karts.
the go-karts. Have you done those bumper boats?
Yeah, yeah.
Those are pretty fun. Yes.
There. So my first time doing the bumper boats, there used to be this place in Okoboji called the Barn. I'm not sure if it's around anymore. It was like our favorite place to go. They had like a slick track. They had like their go karts were like the top notch. Like they were an awesome. They had some big tracks, big go karts. That's just my favorite place to go. And then they had those bumper boats there, and that's like the first time that I experienced the bumper boats.
Heck yeah.
That's where
Crazy.
we'd go camping most of the time is Okoboji.
Yeah. I've been there a couple of times. Okoboji is fun. It's really fun.
Yeah, 4th of July, that's a ride, that's for sure.
I've never been there during the 4th of July, but I was told that you can pretty much walk on the water without touching the water.
Yep, because there's boats literally linked up all right next to each other.
Yeah, that's so crazy. It's crazy cool, but
Yeah. Now, were we talking last week about that delivery service for boats?
no, we weren't because we didn't have an episode last week.
Yeah, that's right. God, who was I talking?
No,
about?
it was a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago when we had Adam on the podcast.
Yeah, we were talking about they're actually going to do a delivery service. That's actually that dude would make a killing doing that.
With the pizza?
Yeah, let's just stop
Yeah.
at one boat and just walk literally right across all of them.
It's nuts. Like it's probably the coolest thing ever. Like it's like Uber Eats, but for Okoboji. Like
For boats.
I mean, it's there's no different than like getting in a car and driving down the street.
Right.
You tell somebody, you ping your location on your iPhone or your Android, and like 5 minutes, like the pizza's done. You got to wait 20 minutes for the pizza. 5-minute delivery. It's a straight shot.
Right.
To you 10 minutes. You put it in the little oven bag thingies. You pull it out. She's just like delivering to your door.
Well, my question is, how they navigate that? Because there's really no address because you're on the lake. Does it just say Miller's Bay and then it just brings you right to there? Like,
I'm assuming so. Like, obviously, that place is divided out.
yeah.
So they just say, "Oh, I don't know what all the bays are, but I'm over here." Obviously, you're going to have a delivery boy that knows exactly where to go, and then they just drive out there and
Yeah.
you seriously have a pontoon boat with like you make it flashy, you make it like neon colors and bumping
Nate's
music.
Pizza delivery.
Yeah, you go all out on the thing. That's the coolest thing ever.
That would be sweet to see, actually. Like, just see like how much that guy would make in tips on the 4th of July.
Oh
too.
yeah,
Like,
you're drunk. You think you're tipping a $5, but the kid's really getting a 50.
he gave him like a $50 bill. That was just one person. You had to deliver for like 25 people.
Oh man, that would be like it's so crazy cool though.
Yeah. No, I always see like the what's that called? Those those mini planes that have cameras. What the heck is that plane? I cannot think
The
of the word
drones?
right. Drones, yes. God, I could not think of that. But yeah, I always see like the drones after like the 4th of July in Okoboji every year. Like somebody gets a snapshot of that. And the amount of boats that is on that lake, I swear to God, it doubles every single year. That you
That's so
cannot
crazy.
see any water in that area
Yep.
because it's all boats. It would also suck trying to be on the water that day and trying to get out, seeing how long it would take to get out of the water.
Oh, man. Like, you probably gotta go the day before so you get a decent spot,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I bet it's worth it.
Yeah. No, I've been there a couple times during that. It was a lot of fun. I was there for a bachelor party and we kind of just hung out. My buddy, his I think it was their parents that had the lake house, maybe it was their grandparents' house. And the night before, I'm not gonna talk about because that was a bad experience, but let's just say your man was in an orange jumpsuit. And, the next day, I'm like, "You know what? I'm getting drunk again. I'm gonna forget about it.
Oh,
I'm gonna go on these boats and have a great time," and that's what I did.
dude, it's so much fun. Like, I used to do that, like, for the 4th, but I growing up in Kimball, like, the river, somebody had a boat, it's like, "Oh, someone's teaching you how to water ski." It's like, no," and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, you're in the middle of the river and you're skiing, it's like, "Woo!"
Like, all the things that look like they're so dangerous, you're like, "Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do it." Sounds
Exactly.
like fun.
Here I am, 20 years later, it's like, "Ugh, I don't know if I could be doing that."
I mean, I kinda miss tubing down the river. That's a lot of fun. You get a bunch of friends to do it, get a cooler, with some drinks in there. It's also very easy to drink when you're tubing. I've figured out a lot.
Yeah, like, floating down the Niobrara or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, like the one by Brandon that goes from Brandon to Sioux Falls.
You do people do that?
Oh yeah, I've done it a couple times. You
How
get
long does
like
that
the
take?
a couple hours, yeah, like 3 hours maybe. Depends on where you get out at. There's a couple of different exits that you can get out.
Interesting.
You got to have one person drive to one location, drop your car off, and then you got to have another person have their car just to drive you back to that other car.
Yep,
It's kind
which
of a
makes sense.
process. Yeah,
How long of
but
a float? Like, how many miles of a float is it? Is it
oh,
8 miles or whatever or is it longer than that?
I don't know actually. That's a good question. I have no idea how many miles that is actually.
That sounds fun. I mean, shoot.
My buddy and I we purchased this giant duck one year at Walmart. It was supposed to
Mhm.
hold both of us. By the end of that float, that frickin' duck's wings, the only thing that we were floating on was that duck's wings because everything just kept deflating or like I think one of them like popped. We must have hit a tree branch and the head popped or something like that. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
man.
We spent like
How
$50 on this stupid thing and like we were on the wings, both of us.
how deep is it?
I mean, some parts get a little bit more deeper than others, but I would say like 5 feet, you know?
Oh, so you could kinda somewhat stand up in it?
Yeah. It sucks if you're canoeing and you tip over because good luck trying to get that, water out of your canoe.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Or no, not canoe, kayaking.
The kayak, yeah. And people kayak down it or what?
Yeah.
Hmm,
Yep.
interesting. I'm more of a land creature. Like, I'll go out on the water and everything, but yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, I taught myself how to swim, and I just, like I used to live at the swimming pool when I was little before
Oh,
sports became
absolutely.
a thing. And I
Yes.
just anything with the water, I love doing.
Heck yeah. Now you gotta pass that down to the kiddo.
I know.
You you gotta let him experience all the cool childhood thing. Like, do you remember? I don't know, maybe you didn't have a bike like this, but like you had to pedal your bike obviously because your parents didn't want to take you to the pool, or you could walk. Well, and then you had a bike that had the pedals were metal. You
I'm
ever have
trying
the
to
metal?
yeah, yep. No, I had a mountain bike like that.
It had the metal pedals, and you would like, oh, I'm going swimming. I don't want to get my shoes wet. So then you would just ride home
Barefoot.
barefoot.
Yep, and it
And then
hurt like hell.
oh my God. Like, yeah.
I've done that so many times, and I'm like, "Why?" Thank God I lived, like, 2 blocks from the pool, so, like,
Oh,
it didn't matter, but
yeah. It was 2 of the longest blocks for me. I'm like, "What am I doing?" Like, or you decide to walk home barefoot and they just chip sealed the road. Like, ouch. Like, or even if they didn't, it's still hot. It's like, "What am I doing?"
I'm just
That's
setting myself up for failure.
how you toughen yourself up as a kid.
You know, we so the swimming pool, they redid it now in Rock Valley, but, um, they used to have, like, a shelter house next to there, so they'd host, like, community, like, graduations or,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
church outings in these shelter houses. Well, they had picnic tables outside, and I don't know why this was a thing for us, but we would connect all these picnic tables together, and we were stupid, and we decided to play tag on these picnic tables, so we'd be
Oh,
running on top of these picnic tables playing tag with each other, but it was the funnest thing ever. I don't know why, but
like, how much stupid shit did you actually do when you were a kid? Like, how much? Like,
there's nothing to do. I mean,
I know so you gotta take like kickball and you gotta invent something to make it more challenging, you know?
yeah, yeah, that was our thing, just tag on the picnic tables or, shark in the swimming pool. One person was it, and then, you had to tag the rest of the people, which were like 3 times faster swimmers than you.
Yeah. Or copycat off the diving board. Oh, you do that, I'll do that. And they're doing
Split
like,
your head open.
yeah, double backflips and God, all the stuff I did at the swimming pool and the like lifeguards are like, hey, you're kicked out. Like, what? Like
I ripped my pants.
I just did a double bounce, man. I got dared to. Oh, that's so funny.
I
Baby.
my thing
Oh,
was I used to do what they call a gainer. So, you know what
yeah.
a gainer is?
Yeah, isn't that where you like lean back and you like
Like when you
hold
when
your
you
leg?
jump. So, no, that's a bomb. Like, when you land on your back. No, a gainer is when when you jump forward, like, you're facing the water like this, and then when you jump, you do a backflip in the air facing that way, and then you land on your back and just do into a bomb, and then it just has a huge splash. That was my favorite thing to do.
Like who creates these things? Like who would like, oh, I'm just gonna jump off and I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna keep doing it and I'm gonna call it this. Or like
Eh,
cannonball, belly flop, back flop,
belly
back
flop
flip.
off a high dive, that's
Oh,
risky, god.
no, thank you. Dude,
No,
as a
thank
kid,
you.
I'd always like, you're like, oh yeah, I can go off the high dive, and then like you get up like 3 steps, and you're like, oh man, like they don't let you back down. Like you
Yeah,
can't get back down. You gotta jump, and
like,
it's like,
nope.
okay,
Like, you try to get
I'm
down, and then
going.
the people are like, "Nope, nope, you're going up there."
Yeah, absolutely,
I
man.
so, I as much as I love the pool, like, after I taught myself how to swim, I will say my dives, I've never been good at diving, and so, like, people would just jump off the high dive and do a freaking dive. Like, in this high dive, like, in Rock Valley, it used to be very, very high, like, there'd be, like, 10 steps to get up there. I mean, that's significantly high for a high dive. I mean, not a lot of pools have that anymore. And so, like, these people, they would do dives off there. I'm like, yeah, let me try. I
Oh
would
yeah,
I would panic, get scared every time, and turn it into like a throat dive or like
I was
like a
gonna jump
belly
off.
flop. Yeah, I would chicken out every single time. That's one thing I have never been able to do right was an actual dive.
Dude, it's just so crazy. Like my kid, like she won't even jump into the pool. Like she doesn't know how to swim, so it's like she's I don't know. She's more of like a book nerd. Like she rather read, write, play video games, do that kind of stuff. She'll go out and
Mhm.
play. Like I did teach her how to play cornhole this weekend. Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah. I got a light up cornhole set, which is pretty cool.
we'll
Lights up
have
around
to
the box and around the circle. But at
we'll
the
have to play some of that for sure.
yes. It's another one of those backyard games.
Mhm.
It's summer activities that make your lifestyle amazing. But yeah, I can't get my kid to jump off the diving board. I can't do nothing. Like, pretty much got to throw her in. But
I was just saying, just throw her in.
yeah,
Then she's
no,
mad at you.
yeah, you got to live your childhood that you did not live. You got to live through your kids. So whatever you didn't do, it's like I'm gonna dare my kid to do that, and all of a sudden your kid's out doing whatever, and you're like, whoa, no, not like that, like this. And yeah.
Or like with your bicycle, like thinking, like trying to put a pop can behind the tire, making it
Oh,
sound like a dirt bike, and
oh, dude,
then
that's the coolest thing ever.
then you
Yeah.
find this dirt mound, like, yeah, let's jump this. This
Oh,
sounds like a great idea. Then you go over
yeah.
the handlebars and you got like 4 teeth missing.
Eh, and you put your Mickey Mantle rookie card into the spokes, and then yeah,
No, you
no,
did
I
not.
did, but I'm just saying,
Oh,
like,
oh god, I was like, come on, man. You didn't know any
yeah,
better though.
you just put a random card in there, and like, oh yeah, you pedal your bike, and all of a sudden, 20 years later, you're like, are you fucking kidding me? This is Michael Jordan's rookie card. Like, what did I do?
Yeah. Like you said, going back to the stupid crap that we did as kids
Oh man,
because we didn't that's we didn't know any better. We didn't know what
no, we
else
didn't.
there was to do in a small town.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like, you would get in trouble for it, and then your buddy would do the exact same thing, just trying to copy you.
Get in trouble.
And then his mom would get in trouble with his parents, and she'd be like, "Where did you learn that?" "Oh, Davey taught me." And then it's like, oh, then your friend's mom calls your mom or your parents, and then you're like, "Davey, why did you?" It's like now you're getting your
Oh,
butt whooped twice.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Or like, if you're popping a willy and then like somebody tries to copycat you and then they happen to like look behind you as they pass and then there's a trailer right in front of them and then they just go smoke straight into that trailer. Then they blame
yeah.
you.
Oh no, never happened to me, but it would be funny if it did.
Oh,
Not.
I did
Oh,
some yeah. I did some stupid crap.
oh, I could go on for hours of all the stupid stuff that I did when I was a kid and talked my brother into and my other brother into. Yeah, just
There
like,
wa
what are you thinking? Like, why would you even agree to that?
I don't know. Like I had one of those scooters. What was it called? Like the old school scooters from like back in like 2003. What the heck were those called? Like they had like the little foam black handles. Everybody had them. I can't remember
Yep,
what the brand was, but I had
the
one of
razor,
those.
the razor,
Uh,
wasn't it?
Razor. Yeah, yeah. I think that's what it was. Well, they had like the brakes on the back of them. They had two wheels, one in the front, one in the back. Well, our basement at the time was concrete. So I'm riding around in the basement and for some stupid reason I decide to so I'm riding on my foot's on the one part of the scooter. I decided to put my other foot behind the brake and then step down on the brake. I almost cut my toe off doing
Oh,
this. I don't know why I did it, but I'm also not my foot's in a freaking tub of water, bleeding everywhere. My dad's like, "What happened? What'd you do?" And I'm like, I don't know." Like, I was scared to say it because I literally put my foot behind the brake and stepped down in it. I'm like, "Ah!" And it
yeah,
hurts so bad. I literally felt like I cut my toe off, but it's fine. But I wonder if still have the scar on there. But I was like, "Why? What stupid crap? Why did I do that?"
yeah. It just curiosity. Like, curiosity is 100% curiosity. Like, why would you do that? Well, I don't know. I was just curious about what the outcome would be. Well, it only takes one time for you not to do it again.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it definitely only took one time because, yeah, I did not feel like going. I think I had to get stitches on my foot. I don't remember, but
No
yeah,
thanks.
just stupid stuff, man.
Eh, But at the same time, it's like that's the stuff that builds you as a better human, as a better dad, as a better friend, as a better brother. Like, it just builds character.
Yep.
It's just so much fun.
Now I have a whole lifetime of stupid things that my kid's gonna try. I can't imagine what's gonna happen. I honestly don't. He already does some crazy things now. I can't imagine what he's about to experience.
it just, it's just one of those things. You know what? Let them live and let them learn. Like,
Yeah.
so so crazy the stuff that you're like, oh, I did that as a kid. I would never think about doing it that way. And here's your kid doing it the way you never thought would. It's one of those things.
Yeah, like you know what, at the splash park, you know, with that giant tub of water, like he kept going by there, and then so he kept going over in that area. So finally, I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna let him experience it. Have you know, if he gets hurt or you know if he falls down and he doesn't like it, well, there you go. Like you know, now you know not to go back over it. But then after that happened, he cried a little bit. He got scared, but then he kept walking back over there. He was curious again. So you don't really know unless you let them experience that on their own. Obviously, jumping off like a 10-foot 10-foot ledge down to the ground, I'm not ever
No.
gonna let him experience that because people
Yeah.
die from that height. But
Yeah. Yeah, obviously, you just you let it's like your dog. You're walking your dog has a 10-foot leash, and then you let a little bit more out, a little bit more out, and the dog just gets accustomed to it. Like, okay, I know I can go this far. I know I can go that far. Just like the kid. Like, hey, I can do this. I know what's gonna happen. Either it's gonna go bad or it's gonna go good. If it goes bad, mom or dad's gonna help me. They're gonna stop me.
yeah,
Obviously, you don't want to hurt your kid, or you don't want your kid to hurt themselves.
yeah. I know, like, I was just kinda worried about him getting water in his ears because, like I said, he's had so many ear infections, but at the same time, I was like, "You know what? He's never gonna learn unless he figures it out." So, I mean, let him
Yeah,
experience it,
let them have fun.
let the water hit you, and see how he reacts, which he didn't like it at first, but I think after a while, he started to get used to it.
Yeah,
'Cause he
it's and
loves
it,
going back to the whole bass too, like, you know, you asked me if he loves bass. Abso-freaking-lutely, he loves bass. Like, he'll take his toys and he'll throw them over, like, so he has, like, his own little tub that we put him in, and not the actual tub, but the
yep,
other tub will fill up full of water because he's leaning over there, putting his toys on, like, in the actual tub, and then he'll
yep.
grab them, put them back in. So, like, he'll put them out, grab them, put them back in, grab them, put them out, put them back in, and so when he's doing this, the water is draining out of his tub because he's leaning over. So, by the time he gets done, there's, like, this much water left in his tub.
Yeah, I just,
But
kids will be kids no matter the age. Let them have fun, let them experience it, because that's exactly what your parents did, and that's probably the best advice you could give to somebody being a new parent, even having like even being a parent for, well, shoot, 15 years now. It's, you know what? Like with both my daughters, I just let them do what they want to do, because if they don't like it, they're not going to know not to do it again.
yeah. I mean, obviously, when it comes to, like, something that, you know, you should not let them experience, obviously, that's different, but,
Exactly. Yep.
you know, with small things like that, you know, like, you know, if he's got blocks at home like we do, you know, he likes to climb to the top. It's like, I don't wanna keep trying to catch you. Maybe you should just let you experience it if you do fall. Well, like, well, we tried to we tried to warn you multiple times.
He'll learn. Absolutely. That's like one time Lucy tried to cook food by herself. The only thing I was upset about it was the only muffins that we had in the house. It was the just add water muffins. She mixed blueberry and mixed berry or whatever together. And I come home and she's like, Dad, I burned myself. I was like, how did you do that? She's like, oh, I just took stuff out of the oven, not thinking of it. But she actually got the packages out of the oven, out of the stove. She read the instructions of how much water to put in there, to put it in a pan. She puts it in a bread pan, throws it in the oven. And yeah, of course she burns it, but she eats the parts that aren't burnt. But yeah, only one time it took her to get
Uh,
burnt by pulling something out of the stove.
yeah.
Crazy.
No, it's like, you know, that's another thing too, is like he's getting taller, he's getting bigger. Almost can reach to the top of the stove, so I gotta keep that in mind when I'm cooking, like his eggs or something. I gotta start putting it on the back burner so he
Yep.
doesn't reach up there and burn the crap out of his hand. Because you've heard of horrific stories like, you know,
Yeah.
kids at daycare or something, you know, in homes or whatever, you know, someone was making something and kid put his hand up there, and literally like burned his hand, got third-degree burn from it.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. You know what? Let your kids experience what they want to experience within reason.
Yeah,
Like, You don't have to be a helicopter parent. You don't have to hover over them. But you know what? If you see them going towards danger, stop them. But let them play in the sandbox. Let them eat dirt. Like, let them do that stuff that your parents let you do. And I trust you that your kid's going to grow up to be just fine. Not saying your kid in general, but everybody's kid in general, you know?
Within reasoning with the dirt, as long as it's not gravel, because my kid tried to eat gravel at daycare and they didn't do anything about it, which really upset me. So it's like,
Yeah,
because he could have swallowed a rock and that could have been very, very bad. So
exactly.
within reasoning, dirt, if as long as it's not gravel.
Yeah. David,
Yo,
it's what time?
snack time?
Yes. Oh, speaking of that, snack time.
Snack time. Oh, I'm out of water. Dang it.
You know, the sad thing is I'm about out too. I don't know if I like this. It's got a heck of a burn to it, but it's chime.
That could have been
Chiming
bad.
in.
Ding, 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 ding.
No, it's actually, I don't think you would like it, but I'd give you a little sample if you want some. It's not bad. It burns. It's good. Sweet. If you got a tobacco-y taste, it's rough.
No.
But anyways, it's dad joke time, baby.
Woo, let's go.
Woo!
Dad jokes.
Dad jokes.
Let's go. Who shall go first?
Well, do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
I have mine. I'm just trying to decide. It didn't
Well,
really go with what we talked. I mean, since we talked about pretty much anything, I was trying to find one about lawns, but I couldn't find one exactly.
Oh,
So,
well, why did
uh,
the banana use sunscreen?
I have no idea.
To avoid peeling on its beach day.
God.
Oh, that's good stuff. I'm in the middle of peeling right now. I got sunburned, so that's
Do you get tan or do you just burn?
no, like so one day, like well, it was what day was that? Like 2, 3 weeks ago. I went to a Canaries game and my knees were aching, so I put on Tiger Balm,
Hmm.
like icy hot. Get to the game, didn't think nothing about it. My knees burnt. That stuff attracts the sun.
Well, yeah, dude, that stuff's probably gonna burn like crazy.
So, anyways, like 2 days later, it was completely gone. No aloe, no nothing. It was like, okay, can't even tan the bad way.
Yeah, I can't believe you put Tiger Balm on and then went
Yeah,
to the
dude,
game
I'm
because wasn't it
old.
hot?
It was, but at the same time, it felt so good on the knees. Like it was like, I'm old, man. I'm really
Yeah.
old. I need that.
No, I get it. I get it. Okay. All right. Are you ready for mine?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm
All
ready.
right. What do you call a detective who accidentally solves all his cases?
Don't know.
Sheer luck Holmes. God, I love Google.
You gotta love Google. Absolutely. Oh man. Well, you know what? For not having Drew on the podcast tonight, I would say it's probably my favorite episode.
Yeah, it went pretty smoothly. Didn't get made fun of at all this week, so
Yeah,
I
Drew,
can
when
go
you're
to bed
ungrounded,
not crying.
Drew, when you're ungrounded, hopefully you can come over and play next week.
Make sure you ask first.
Yes, exactly. Make sure you do your chores. You're going to get grounded longer. Oh man, I bet his wife does wear the pants.
I can't talk.
I know. I was just like you, David. You guys said 2 peas in a pod.
Almost made it the whole episode without getting made fun of, but here we are.
Well, we're down to the last 30 seconds of the podcast. Don't forget to go out on Facebook, guys. Reach out if you got questions on anything that our guests have been talking about. Obviously, not this week. We didn't have one. But past guests, upcoming guests, if you guys have guests, that would be a great idea for the podcast. Shoot it out there. If you're too embarrassed, just send us a message. Me or Davey will get you a ring back. And I'm going to reach out. I'm thinking about a 4-pack of Canaries tickets. We'll give away next week.
I think
We'll
that's
throw something on the podcast. or not on the podcast, but on Facebook. And
on Facebook.
yeah, we'll do a family 4-pack, and hopefully they don't have any more, because if not, we're gonna have to pick and choose who's going to the game.
Oh shoot, we only have 3, so we got 4 winners. We should probably
Yeah.
just say that the other one's gonna get it in the mail sometime.
Well, no, we'll do a 4-pack. So like, I'll get 4 tickets from the Canaries, and we'll throw a little quiz out there, a little something out there, something. I don't know. We'll figure something out. We got a couple of days to think about it. We'll run it all weekend long, and then Monday we'll pick the winner.
We should do like a Q&A for the fans, or for like the page. So like, we ask questions about you, me, and Drew, and then if they get the question right, or if they get, let's see, one question's too easy. If we do like 3 or 5 for us, and if they get that right, then they win the ticket.
Absolutely, yes. Well, let's call her a night. I got to put my kid to bed. I got orchestra camp tomorrow. I got to possibly clean my house. We'll get on the old. What do we got going on there? That little thing on the phone. Group chat. We'll get something put together. We'll shoot it. We'll probably shoot it Friday. It'll run Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll throw, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 questions out there, and they just got to answer them properly. Like, question A would be, who is this? And then we'll give, the question, and they got to pick the person for it. I don't know. We'll think about it. We'll get it out there. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'll have a competition. Monday, we'll announce the winner of a 4-pack of Canaries tickets. Sound good?
Yep. And then, we'll just set up the questions. Like, we'll probably talk amongst each other, be like, hey, who are we going to choose for this question?
Yeah.
Between us, not between them. I don't want to give the answer.
Let's not do it live, but all right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Guys. Have a good night. Sweet dreams.
Talk to you later. Yep. Sweet dreams. We'll see you next week.
See ya.